getting ready to go out and feed some of the animals. I had an accident with my foot. Broke my toe, big toe in 2 places, so now I'm on this, and most of the time I'm supposed to sit with my foot up. It's very difficult for me to do because I like to be out and about. But I actually had 2 incidents with it. One, I found a root that was sticking up out of the ground, and that was about 2 weeks ago. And then more recently, I had a board fall on my toe, not this way, but this way. So 2 breaks. So I'm wearing this on my foot to try to avoid having to have surgery. So hopefully I can manage to do that, try to find ways to sit and not be up and about, but I got to do a little bit because I'm used to being up and around.
This was the old Fairland hog barn we had back whenever I was a kid, but now it's going to be a goat barn. So you come to this side, you can see it's got a couple small doors where the hogs used to go in, but that'd be big enough for the goats and maybe calves in the future where they can kind of get in out of the weather. We only got 1 bag of mortar, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it up before it starts hardening up. Alright, so today we're going to build a wall here and start with the roof. Now what we're doing now is we just measured out the boards. Now you can see these bolts. Now what's going to happen, we're going to put these bolts in there and it's going to snug it down and keep the roof and everything on the block building. And these are called L bolts or block bolts. And what it is you put it down in here in the mortar and it sets up so it ain't going nowhere. Alright, so getting ready to start building the wall. Now it has to be 136 inches long, and we only got 1 board, which is this bottom board that's actually 136. So I need a board stretcher, but we don't have one. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to add 8 inches onto this board. I already got some screws started here. Put a couple on this side, a couple on this side, and this will stretch it out to 136 inches. So as you can see now, this board is the same length as this board. Now this is exactly how they do houses, except they probably use 2 full-size boards to put them together to make a long wall. So that's the same concept. So we're going to go ahead, we'll double up these boards on each side. That's the window over there leaning up. It's going to lay horizontal. And then after we get this done, then typically you want about 16 inches for your next stud. So I'll probably just put 1 right here in the center, probably 1 on the center on the other side. It'll be about the same. Now I know it's hard raising kids and everything and trying to work at home, but you got to keep in mind they are a product of what you make them. So get them some tools like we did. Put them tools away. Don't let them play with them all the time. Them are work tools. So it teaches them early to put things up. It teaches them responsibility. You're teaching them to have a good work ethic, and later on they'll be very, very successful. I promise you. So whenever you're doing a window for anything or a door, you always want to leave a little gap. That way you can level it out. So this window is 53 inches. We're going to go ahead, we're going to go 53 and a half. That way we got a little play. We can always put shims in it to stiffen it up if we need to. And you're going to want to do the same on the top and bottom as well. So at least leave at least a ½ inch, if not an inch.
So we're also using the used lumber to do this project. So that helps out a lot at a fraction of the cost.
Okay, so we're going roughly 18 inches for each one all the way through. And then we're gonna put some 1-bys across to nail the metal to. And then we'll get another one of these 1-bys decking boards, and we'll place it right here to kind of keep some of the weather out as well. Yeah, we're putting these up roughly 18 inches. I'm gonna toenail a screw on each side, do the same on these, and then eventually I'll put a couple screws here, and we'll get another one of these boards and stick it up here, kind of keep the weather out. Then we'll put the metal and everything. Well, actually we'll have 1-bys going across this way, or screw the metal to. All right, well, we got all them on now. So now we got to get some 1-bys. We're going to run them across. So that way we can go ahead and put metal up there. And then last, we'll probably put the sides on it. Get them built in, and of course the door. But then also, where this whole thing's been settling, I had to screw these boards in. Well, I ended up popping this last block off, and there's one right here beside it. So I saved that last back because I need to do some tuck pointing on the back side, but now I'm gonna have to do some there, and of course I'll probably go ahead and put a joint up here too, all along the cracks where it's all wavy.
I think it's good. Looks like it's pretty straight through there. No. I thought you were talking to me. That's all right. Don't worry about Grandpa. 2 days before Saturday.
Man, that's a heck of a step down.
That is a heck of a step down.
I'll need to the next board.
Good one, did it. And that's how you do it, folks.
That's it. All right, guys. So whenever you're doing roof, you guys need to know where to put the screws at. Now, all this stuff we've been using is all used, repurposed stuff we bought from other places. Now, I don't know if you can see, but every one of these holes, they got it on the flat part. Where you want to screw is on the ridges, because you got to remember, water is going to be coming down through here, and it's going to be coming off the ridges and going down into these center flats. So you don't want to hammer or screw into these. You want to screw on these little ridges for the roof. Now on the siding, may not matter too much, but this is where the majority of water is going to be hitting, and it's just going to be flowing and gathering and flowing together. So unless you want a lot of leaks, I suggest you try to do it on these ridges. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make V's or W's, and what this is going to do is going to build support from the weight coming down. All right, so we started putting some metal on the side. Now we still got to do the top part all the way down, but the front's just about finished. Now we still got to do both the sides. Brent, he started working on the door there. Well, we're gonna have to stop what we're doing on the building. We gotta get things ready for tomorrow. My parents got some people coming to cut some trees down up here, so we're gonna have to move them compost bins, which we already got the wire moved, but I'm gonna take all the compost, put it in one huge pile with the tractor, and move anything else out of the way in the garden area. So let's get it done.
It's smoking.
Yeah. So this is what your compost pile should be doing. Should be steaming on the inside. So it's breaking down to see all the white. We hope you enjoyed watching Chamberlain Family Farms. You can contact us at chamberlainff@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Chamberlain Family Farms. We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe.